Okay, so I wanted to come back and talk a little more about this Wildcats reboot. So I am on issue number 9. As I told you, there were some issues that I don't have. They weren't at my local comic book shop. I have issue 1, 5. I'm also missing issue 6. So I have 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 being the latest one released. I haven't read that one yet. Um, there are things I missed. Obviously, having those issues in between that I don't have, but I think I understand what's going on, and it seems like this modern story, modern accounting of Wildcats is centered around Grifter. Now, I'm not exactly sure what's going on with Grifter, and I'm going to have to go back and actually dig through my comic books and pull out the original Wildcats. I think I have like the first 10 issues, and I think I'm going to have to read those again to see how the story compares because I believe Grifter's character, as far as his mentality, the way he carries himself, I'm not sure if it's the same as the original comic book. I'm not. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad either. I don't know that his character is the same, but this story seems to center around Grifter, and it seems as though there's some like double cross, triple cross things going on in the background. And if you know anything about Wildcats, their leader, I believe in the original Wildcats comics, it was Lord Imp. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but it seems as though there may be some maybe backhanded deal going on with him, and maybe he's not what he appears to be. It's interesting. It's almost, it feels like reading a spy thriller. So for whatever reason, like I said, I'm missing some issues, so there's some context that might be lost here. But Grifter has spoilers upcoming for those who haven't read it. Grifter killed Void. When he killed Void, there is some energy that was released from her. If you know anything about Void, she's kind of like I would say I'd compare her to Professor X a little bit, somewhat. It's almost like Imp and Void are together combined as like a mixture of Professor X in the original comics, from what I remember. But Void can teleport the team, from one area to the next. When he kills Void, there's energy release, and he is transported into different dimensions, and it kind of randomly happens. So you see him scrolling through these different versions of Earth, and there's always a battle that ensues. Some of the versions of Earth are destroyed, and the last one he comes to, it's a version of Earth where Imp has taken over, captured Void. Grifter's killed in this universe. His brother's still alive. And you have Robin, and there's a couple other people I can't remember exactly that are trying to get Void back. So here it is. Grifter shows up, and everyone's shocked because in this world he died. Now, he was married to Zealot in this world. When he died, Zealot went crazy, started working for Imp, and it's a whole ordeal. They go to save Void. Zealot shows up. There's a battle that ensues. It's really interesting. So when he gets to this version of Void, she pretty much tells him this Earth can't be saved, but his Earth can. She knows exactly who he is. And he asks if she can get him back to his version of Earth. And she's like, no, you know what you're going to have to do. He has to kill her in order to get back to his version of Earth. Now, there's another backstory going on his Earth with Halo, the Halo Corporation, and it was attacked, and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Like I said, I can tell there's a bunch of things I missed in issues 2, 3, and 4, but I now know why this book was recommended to me. It really is good. Um, it like I said, it feels like a spy thriller, and I enjoyed it. I'm reading through the book, and I'm like, man, I think I read what did I read yesterday. I read 7, 8, and 9, and I was gonna read 10. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna save that for this weekend and kind of see where the story wraps up. But I think this book is worth buying. I think if you enjoyed Wildcats in the 90s, you'll notice there's some differences just from what I can remember, but you'll actually enjoy the book as well.